Hello, it was my great pleasure to nominate this year's winner of the Mary Read Award. As president of our club during the COVID-19 pandemic, I was given an insider's perspective on the many modifications and cancellations that had to be made to programs that had been staples within District 6900 and Rotary districts throughout the nation.
This year's honoree is an infectiously wonderful person. Her personality is one where you know you're just going to be her friend from the instant you meet her. She has a wonderful smile, a great personality, is one of the most hardworking people I know.
The winner of this year's award was determined not to let one of these long-standing programs be canceled, and so she figured out a way to make an alternative solution to get around the safety protocols necessary for the COVID-19 pandemic.
The 2022 Mary Read recipient is a woman who is kind and fierce, a woman who is passionate about children and about how we do education, a bold woman who wants to challenge the status quo of the establishment, of how we've always done things to how we should do things, and then go beyond.
This year's honoree had the opportunity to really lean in to the pandemic, to find new ways to be creative and innovative, and to live the four-way test. This year's honoree had the opportunity to change the lives of people not just here in Columbus, but across the country. This year's honoree deserves this award.
This person is incredible, amazing, crazy in a good way. This person has changed lives. This person has saved lives. I mean, what she does is amazing.
This person created from scratch a virtual learning experience for RYLA. This included creating personalized tubs that were packaged and delivered to RYLA participants for their use in their respective homes to be incorporated throughout the retreat and virtual curriculum. Students were brought together in groups for fellowship, albeit from the safety of their own respective homes. The experience was just as engaging as RYLA ever has been.
This year's recipient is an amazing individual. This year's recipient has an infectious enthusiasm and personality that draws people in to not just interact with them, but to assist and to get involved in what the individual is working on.
This year's honoree for the Mary Read Award is my mother, Bridget Marklin.
Service above self is a foundation that Rotary and the Mary Read Award are built on. The recipient of this award is also built on that same foundation.
This person is futuristic, creative genius, someone who is supportive of the youth. And when I met her, I felt like it was almost as if we were leadership development kindred spirits. She was speaking my language. I was very much so in awe of the work that she was doing with the youth, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to see her in action from RYLA, Oklahoma to RYLA, Texas, and to even at Columbus State University.
When it was determined in the spring of 2021 that District 6900 would once again have to cancel in-person RYLA, I reached out to this year's winner and asked if it would be possible for us to make the program available to District 6900, or at least students within our club. The recipient was more than happy to make the program available, so we were able to communicate with district leadership and make the program available not only to students in our community, but students in communities all across the district.
This year's Mary Read recipient has worked tirelessly over the course of years to change the lives of hundreds of children all across our nation. And when the COVID pandemic hit, she didn't quit. She didn't fall back and take some time off because things were difficult. Instead, she pushed through, revolutionized RYLA, and continues to change and save lives.
I'm very proud to have worked with her on numerous educational projects. most notably the E3 conference, which quite literally challenges the way we learn. Through our friendship and colleagueship, we have fussed, we have argued, and we have pushed each other to be better at this thing we call education. And I'm proud to be her friend and colleague.
She's been doing RILA for, I think at this point, like almost half her life. And it started off very small, and it slowly began to grow and grow. And then when the pandemic hit, they were one of the only RILAs that continued.
I've had the pleasure of working with this individual for 15 plus years on so many different projects. I myself would describe this individual as joyful.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with RILA, the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards program, it is an international program where Rotary clubs sponsor individuals, students of various ages to learn about leadership, to learn about themselves, and to learn about Rotary and the four-way test. One of the opportunities that existed during the pandemic, when the whole world shut down and when Rotaries stopped meeting and RILAs stopped meeting, was to reinvent how RILA was delivered. Bridget and her team found a way to turn a 5-day face-to-face retreat into a 5-day virtual retreat, complete with retreat crates and tangibles, with the same types of challenges that actually achieved the same types of learning outcomes. The results of her and her team's efforts not only changed the lives of the students who participated, it saved lives as well.
Others may also use the words driven, action-oriented, a giant ball of never-ending energy, and passionate.
I think one of the things that students enjoy most about RILA is how engaging and entertaining it is. Because, I mean, sometimes you go to a camp or you go to a Zoom class and you like it for one day, but then the next day you're like, I kind of don't want to go back. I mean, for RILA, I think pretty much every single person has come back for the second day on Zoom, which is incredible.
Through their time in Rotary, this individual has worked with many different clubs on building Rotaract, Interact, and really the collaboration across multiple districts.
This year's honoree deserves a lot of credit for transforming RILA, for not just Columbus, Georgia, but for Texas, for California, for Oregon, for Tennessee. This nationwide network of Rotarians and now RILA alumni have come together to recreate this amazing program and make it available across the nation and potentially across the world.
She's taught me like so many different lessons. I've grown up with RILA, and having that has helped me, because I used to like struggle. I used to be shy. I used to not want to talk to people, and I think she's one of the reasons why I like to now, I guess.
And so when I think of Bridget Markwood, I think of a superhero. I want to say congratulations. No one else in my mind deserves this but you. And I can't wait to see the work that you continue to do to impact this world.
Bridget, you are more than deserving of this award. When I think of service, I cannot think of anybody more fitting to receive this award. The things that you've done for this community, through your smile, through your humor, through your grace, through your talents, will never be forgotten. Your imprint on Chattahoochee Valley, and more particularly Columbus State University, will be felt for generations to come. Take your bow, girl. You've earned it. Congrats.
Bridget, we congratulate you on winning the Mary Reed Award. There's certainly no one that is more deserving. We're so happy to have you in our club and so happy to celebrate with you in this accomplishment. Thank you so much for everything that you do.